And I am Rachel. So, welcome everybody. Again, I'm Rachel with Alter States, and you are watching me live for the first time on the Ascension Network. I am super excited to be here. So, first of all, I'll ask that if you are watching this, go ahead and share out because that's what I'm going to do right quick. I'm going to share out to my page and I ask that you just do it right quick to yours. Also, if you're watching this in the replay, if you'll put in replay, that way I'll know. Because I like to go back and read the comments and see what's going on, see what I need to approve on. Hi, Chastity. So, what I'm going to be doing this week is I'm going to be doing live readings with my handy dandy Rider-Waite Tarot, but I am going to be using my Black Moon astrology cards. And what these are they are beautiful cards to help deal with any shadows, blockages, whatever. These are deep. These seem like they're surface level, but these go way deep. So I'm going to pull a card from you and see what you need to work on. And your homework is going to be going to look to see what that is and where it is in your chart and what that house is. And I know that might seem very overwhelming, but it's not. So no worries. Again, I guess I need to go and share out after I said I was going to do it, right? So today is Monday, June 13th. Super excited. Tomorrow we've got the Sagittarius new moon, and so I'm excited about that. All right, I'm sharing out right now. I'm put come watch me. All right. Well, thank you, Chastity. It looks like you might be the only one that's here to start off with. So, Chastity, would you like a reading? Or what I would really like to do, Chastity, if you don't mind, is just start off one for the collective. Hi, Santa. So this one is just going to be for the collective. I just finished another show, and I was saying over there that it feels like I really thought that June was going to be sweet and easy, and I believe it is on the surface. I know Jennifer, who's also on the Ascension Network, she uses the term undercurrent. It feels like what is backstage or the things that's going on behind the scenes. It feels like everything is upside down and backwards. So everything on the surface seems very calm, but it's really upside down and backwards. And what I was saying earlier is that if you're energy sensitive and you are new to this and trying to figure things out by putting associations of how you feel in your body with this emotion, June might not be the time because it seems like it is going to be very overwhelming, and it won't be a good, I don't think it's going to be a good month for you to use information from your database or collect information for your database. This is going to be a very good month just for pure experience. And by experience, I mean like, okay, this is a feeling coming in. What do I need to do to transmute this energy to make me feel better? Just being aware of the energy, having no judgment, and letting it go. Don't try and be a superstar and figure out who it's for, what it's about, why we're feeling it, because I do think that could be very overwhelming. Okay, so this is for the collective. What do we need for the collective for this week? So it's a 9. It's a 45, but that adds up to a 9. And the 9 is all about the end of the cycle. It's almost, we just have to like cross the T's and dot the I's. It's the end of completion, almost one final thing. And so it's all about part of fortune and increasing. So let's pull some tarot cards with that. What does this mean? Okay, so I pulled 3 tarot cards, and the first one is the Ace of Wands. And Wands is jobs, employment, and security. So this is all about like a new job or a new enterprise. This is definitely something new with our money, new revenues, something new, new opportunities. Then it is followed by the 8 of Swords. And Swords, that's your mental strife. It's your thoughts, it's your mind, it's your intellect. And this is all about being bound. It feels like you're being imprisoned. But honestly, you know, she can step right out of her bondage. She can step right out of her bondage around her eyes. It's just loose. And the swords really don't make a complete circle. She's not totally encased. All she has to do is just remove the covers over her eyes and then just step out. And so this is the thing. It just feels like she is just total in bondage, total prisoner. But she's that prisoner, what's the saying? A prisoner of her own device. All she has to do is just take one tiny step, one little step of action, and, you know, this little thin container that is holding her, these little swords, they won't hold her. So all we have to do is just take a step forward, just do something, and that will bring us out. Then it is followed by the 4 of Wands. And so 4, this is structure, it's family, it's security, and it's celebration. And again, it's this Wands. And Wands are jobs, employment, security, where we get our money. So this is all about romance, it's prosperity, it's joy, it's partnership, it's a union card. So again, for this week, all we really have to do to increase our fortune, to claim kind of what is ours, you know, manifesting. If you don't know anything about manifesting, look up one. I know there's everything about The Secret and how to manifest, but look up the Law of One, Ra, R-A. That is a channeled being. He talks a lot about manifesting. The spiritual laws depends on which esoteric belief, which esoteric, I guess, website you go to. There's different ones that could be 7. I think there's one that has 13, but there's different spiritual laws. Look that up because that is huge. It's huge. And you'll have a better understanding besides just, you know, the law of attraction. So all we have to do is just step out, have a little action, but it needs to be good action. It needs to be something that we enjoy. It can't be a place of action of necessity. It has to be something that we enjoy. So once we do that, then we'll start, of course, you know, increasing our frequency because it's in a good place. But we'll start attraction. Ra, the Law of One. We'll start attracting the things that we associate with. And I have noticed that it seems like the manifesting has ramped up. It's really increased. So it's out there. We just always need to stay in a place of non-judgment, no emotions, if you can do that. Okay. Alrighty. So Chastity, if it's okay with you, and I have your permission, which I think you already gave me permission, I'm going to pull some cards for you. And again, I'm going to pull from the Black Moon astrology card, and that'll tell you what house, what planet to take a look at in your chart. And that can be as complicated or as easy as you want to make it. You can get free charts online all over. Don't pay for your natal chart. There's places all over on the internet where you can get a free chart. And you just go in and put in your date of birth and your time and your location. I know a lot of people don't know what time they were born. You can have a default time of just 12 noon. And what that for is really for the moon because the moon changes so frequently. You can put in like 10 p.m. and 10 a.m. and see if your chart changes, because chances are it probably won't. So really don't worry about it if you don't know the time. Okay, Chastity, this is for you. Ooh, Chastity. Okay. So yours is Black Moon Lilith mystery. So look to see where, Chastity, where your Black Moon is, your Black Moon Lilith. Look to see where she falls in your chart. Look to see what house she is and in that area, and just see, again, just kind of see what that's about. See if there's anything that, okay, so the thing is, with astrology, I was very hesitant to start learning about it because it seems very overwhelming. But that's okay, because the thing is, I don't think you'll ever know everything about astrology. So you have to jump in somewhere. So, Chastity, learn what Black Moon Lilith is. Learn what she is, what she stands for, what's this about, what's this a representation about, and see what you identify with and what you don't identify with. Before, I was saying that the things that we have in relationships, like with our significant other or just our friends, the things that we don't like are usually as a reflection of ourselves. So look, like, read about her and see kind of what irritates you with her. And I know you probably don't know anything about her, a lot about her, but just like say, I don't know about that. And the thing that you're kind of hesitant about with, this archetype or with the Black Moon Lilith, look to see what it is and see where that lies within you, some things that you might be able to work on. And now I'm going to pull some cards for you, some tarot cards. Black Moon Lilith, the mystery. Oh, very, very cool. All right, Chastity. Pull 3 cards. Okay, so this is the cool thing. I have another camera, and I'm going to have it hooked up next week. That way you can actually see the cards. So Black Moon Lilith, that's a 12, but when you add that together, that's a 3, which is really, really cool because I love numbers. So here we have the Empress, and she is a 3 of the major arcana. And so the Empress, this is, it's a feminine aspect. It's feminine power. It's abundance. You got the Venus sign. She's all about love. These are things coming to fruition. This is like the embodiment to me of the feminine aspect. I don't want to say like the perfect woman, but it's that perfect feminine quality, because she knows how to love. She knows what love is, and she embodies that. She's happy. She's the Empress. It's just that. She's a little bit different than the High Priestess, but she's still very, very, it's a great card. Then it is followed by the 3 of Cups. Again, another 3. So cups are emotions, feelings, and perceptions. And the 3 is all about groups, family, celebration. It's also, to me, about, divinity. It's the goddess, the goddesses. Sorry, I'm getting choked up. I love 3s. I really do love 3s. So, the 3 of Cups, it's a party card. It's a celebration card. Then it is followed by the major arcana of the moon, another major arcana card. And so here, the moon, this is all about psychic ability. Not everything has been revealed yet. It's about deceit. It's about illusion. But it's not about deceit in a bad way. It's about mystery. It's the unknown. And so whenever I first saw this card in your little spread, it's about the unknown. It's about the mystery because Chastity, I'm just going to come here, go there with this. So it's just like whenever we, that feminine energy, whenever you think of like that sexiness, that seducing quality, that is not typically somebody who goes and lays everything out. There is this air of mystery about her. There are these, it's just something about them that you don't know everything about, and it drives you crazy because you don't know. It's that unknown. It's that mystery, again, Black Moon Lilith. So Chastity, check her out, and remember the Empress and the Moon and party and celebration. It almost feels like you need to get out and you need to celebrate your sexiness. You need to you just need to get out and celebrate. It almost needs like you need to fall in love with yourself again, Chastity. Get in touch with yourself again. Ooh, we see one. Facebook user. Okay. You don't have a name, but that's okay. She would love a reading. Well, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to be doing this Ascension Network. I'm really, really excited to be doing card readings at a different level. I'm excited to be talking about different states of consciousness. I'm ready for some elevation. Alrighty. Facebook user. Let's see. With the Black Moon Astrology cards. Once astrological. Okay. So, Facebook user. This is all about the first house, the body. And again, it's the number 7. And I'm all about numbers. And so right there with that 3, the other number of divinity is the 7. Because to me, that's just, I don't know. It's like a spiritual number, but 7. But it's the first house, the body. So if you want to take a look and see what your first house is, where your first house lies, what zodiac sign that is, and see. Check that out. And see what planets are in your first house. See what planets that one, because so this is the thing. Everybody knows about Mercury. Everybody knows about Mars. Check to see what outer planets, if you have any outer planets that are in your first house, anything like Neptune, Pluto, look at that and see. Uranus, which is one of my favorites. I love Uranus. I just like saying it, Uranus. So look to see if you have any of these outer planets in your house, in your first house, and learn about those. So your homework is to look to see any of planets that you don't already know about in your first house, and also see what your first house means to you. And we're going to pull some cards, some tarot cards. Okay. So the first one is the Star, and this is Major Arcana. And so the Star is all about new start. It's optimism. It's like an influx of light. It's a light shining only on you, but this is also about your gifts. It's about bringing awareness to yourself and to your gifts. And the one thing that I like about this card are the stars, because to me, they represent the chakras. And that largest card is you. This is all about consciousness. And I'm liking, this altered states of consciousness, because I can't wait to start talking about that. But this is just all about you, okay? Which makes sense with the body, the first house. It's all about you. Then it is the second card is a 2 of Swords. And again, the swords, it's your thoughts, it's your mind, your intellect. It's that mental strife. And so here the 2, this is all about undecided. It's a stalemate. So, now's not the time to be doing anything crazy. It's just kind of like hanging out. You don't want to make any impulsive decisions right now, okay? Just stay grounded and don't make any decisions. Then it is followed by the Five of Pentacles. And I love fives. It's all about change. Change is good. Change is movement. But this is all about, like, you see them, and they look pitiful. It looks like, some beggars outside of a church, and that they're just, I don't know, like they've been left out in the cold. But maybe they've already been to the church. Maybe they've already got the nourishment. They've already got the spiritual nourishment that they needed. And they are walking away from it. And you might not see any pep in their step because they're walking away, but it almost looks like they're processing information, like they have received this information, and you don't know what to do with it. So you're just going to stay grounded and process. So that's definitely what you should do. Just stay grounded and process. Don't make any decisions. Just see how it feels. Alrighty. June has been a mess for you? Yeah. Alrighty. Okay. Hi, Joni. Hi, Carol. Hi, Victor. Welcome, everybody. All right. So this is the thing. Hi, Carol. So, Carol, I believe that message or that reading was for you. For check out the first house, your body. See what planets in your first house, and to stay grounded and don't make any decisions with any information that comes in. Just process. Just process with it and see what it means. Don't make any rash decisions or any rush decisions. Alrighty. So I never get to do this. So is it okay if I pull a card for me? I don't see anybody asking just yet. I'm going to pull a card for me and see. Let me put my first house back in there. I was not sure, but it sure hit home. Yeah. Okay. I'll do one for me right quick. Because this, I know. I love, because, I don't know. Okay. I'm just going for it. I'm just going to quit talking to myself. Okay. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay. So this is for me. This is all about, it's all about the air element, and I'm an air element. I'm a Libra. And it's about communication. Y'all, this is me. I have been working on my throat chakra for a while now. I still got to. So, yay. Okay, I'm going to pull some cards. So, yeah, that would be my block, is my throat chakra. It wouldn't be my block, but it'd be something I need to work on. Definitely. And this just goes to show this card stuff is legit. Even I can't get away from it. Ooh, I like it. Okay, so the first one is a Nine of Cups. And Cups is emotions, it's feelings, it's perceptions. And what this is getting what you truly wish for. Then it is followed by Major Arcana, the Hierophant. And I'm sorry, I have a glare on my camera. I had to fix that. So it's, it's 5, it's change, and the Hierophant. And so the Hierophant is all about you doing you. It's living by your own rules and your own belief system. And that's perfect for throat chakra stuff, because is that not where we kind of our own belief systems and our own views, because it gets right here and we're kind of like, we don't speak up because one is easier, or we don't speak up because we don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, and we swallow it. And you can have digestive issues, you can have throat issues, you can have not speaking your truth issues. And the other great card, and just so y'all know, all these cards are my favorite. And I'm gonna, every time I see one, I'm saying, this is my favorite card, or this is my favorite number. And y'all just have to go with me. It's kind of like picking favorite kids or favorite animals or favorite crystals. They're all my favorite. Okay, so just go with me. They're all my favorite. This is my favorite card too. It's the Queen of Swords, or the Queen of Cups, sorry. So cups, it's emotion, it's feelings, it's perceptions. So the Queen of Cups, this is somebody that has her emotions in check. And look, there is a lid on that cup, right? So this to me embodies the empath that has evolved or evolving, because we know we're always evolving. We're never total completely learned. We're always evolving. So to me, this embodies hopefully me, because I want to be like the best empath. I want to be constantly evolving, constantly learning. But this is somebody who is emotionally stable. Again, something else I'm striving for, to be in the flow. I don't want to be cut off, but I want to be, emotionally stable. We'll just say that. And again, that is throat chakra work. Just saying. If you know me, you know me. Emotions are in my body, but they come up and come out my mouth. That is perfect. Thank y'all for letting me pull a card for myself. Okay. All right, Lulu. Let's get a card for you. Lulu. What does Lulu need? All right. So what card for Black Moon Astrology does Lulu need? All right, Lou. Yours is the third house messages. So go to your natal chart. Again, there are tons of free birth natal charts online. You do not have to pay. And there is some that you don't even have to put your email in. Astro Cafe is one. There's tons of free ones. Just Google free birth chart and put in your information. Again, look to see what zodiac sign your third house is. Look to see how many planets you have there. And if you don't have any planets, that's completely okay too, because that means something. Again, what I'm really trying to do is to help people see where they have blocks, but I'm also hoping that this will pique your curiosity with astrology if you don't know anything about astrology. And by giving one little homework assignment, it makes you learn about this block, and it makes you learn a little bit more about astrology. And so look to see where your third house is. Well, we know where your third house is, but look to see what the third house is about. It says messages. And look to see what zodiac sign is there, and look to see what planets are there and what planets aren't there. So this card has a very Egyptian feel to it. Okay. And the tarot cards I pulled is a Three of Pentacles. And again, Pentacles is, this is security, it's material issues, it's your money. And so the three, this is somebody who is the master craftsman, and they're doing great work. They're doing good things. Then you've also got the Ace of Wands. And so the Ace of Wands, this is all about your jobs and employment security. And this is like a new job or a new enterprise. It's a new little side hustle for you to get money. Then it is followed by the Justice. And Justice is part of the Major Arcana card. And this is all about searching for balance. It could be searching for justice. It could be also like a little bit of karmic justice, getting what you deserve. So, Lou, check to see what zodiac sign your third house is. Look to see what planets are there or what planets aren't there. And that, I think, is like some of like where you need to work out with your blockages. And whatever planets are there, look to see how you can like, I don't want to say accomplished because that's not the right word. Look to see how you can incorporate what planets that are there into like new goals. Align it with whatever astrological events are coming up soon, because I know we're going to have summer solstice coming up if you live in the United States or in the Northern Hemisphere. But look to see what is there in your third house and align that with your goals, especially if it has to do with your jobs, employment, and security. And just make sure that it's balanced. Make sure that you're not asking for anything crazy. Make sure that you're asking for something within reason. But I'm kind of curious to see how that works. I've got to start doing more moon work, playing around with that. All righty. All right, Ellen. Hi, Ellen. Welcome, 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 welcome. All right, let's pull a card for Ellen. All right, so what Black Moon astrology card does Ellen need for helping with any blocks or fears or things that are holding her back? And I'm sorry, guys, I chew gum. I know y'all don't know me and y'all don't know that, but I chew gum. Again, it could have some of this throat chakra blockage, because I feel like sometimes the energy gets to here and it stops. And if I don't chew gum, I chew my lips and it just looks bad. So I'm sorry for chewing gum. All right, Ellen. So your Black Moon astrology card is Libra. It's all about balance. So, Ellen, look to see where Libra is in your natal chart. Look to see what house it's in and try and bring some balance there. Look to see where you need to bring some balance in your life. And then look at your chart to see. But just look to see where Libra is in your houses. But balance, balance, balance. So the first one is a Nine of Swords, Ellen. And so swords is your thought, your mind, and intellect. And here, the nine, this is all about being, it's about being, you've been awoken to the situation. And I don't want to say woke, but you have been like awakened to the situation. It's like you've been restless, you're dealing with stuff, you didn't know really what it was, what's going on, and now you know the situation at hand. Now there's a name for it, there's a label for it. But it's like whatever this was driving you crazy, and now you know what it is. Now there's a name for it. And that is followed by the Four of Pentacles. And so Pentacles is security, it's material issues, it's your wealth. And whenever you see this guy right here, Four, that's what he's doing. He is pulling everything in. He is worried about something. He's holding on to something. So whatever this is that has woke you up, that now it has a name, Now you are really worried about it. You are really holding it tight. You are, you're just like pulling everything in, like locking everything down because you're worried. And it's followed by this guy, the Seven of Swords. And again, it's your thought, it's your mind, your intellect with the swords. And this is like being stolen from, being taken advantage from, being ripped off. So the whole thing, Ellen, with the balance of the Libra is not to be too one way or the other with this whole, this situation right here. Because whenever whenever like you feel like you're being taken advantage of, where you feel like you're being stolen from, and you start holding everything in, that really makes you off balance. You're not in the flow. You're not in this natural state of ease. And I know that's easy for me to sit here and say that you need to be more in the flow. You need to be more relaxed, because whenever you feel like you're being stolen from, or you like you're being taken advantage from, that will make you clam up. But don't, Ellen, don't clam up. Don't overreact. Don't, it just feels like a situation where you are putting everything on lockdown and you're not stepping out. It makes me feel like all this situation is going on, so now you're staying in the house and you're not going anywhere. It's almost like you're on lockdown. And so by doing that, you're out of balance and you're not experiencing these things outside of your home. You're not experiencing these things in the world. And you have to live, and whatever you fear is what we bring to us. So if this is what you're afraid of, then this is what's going to come towards you. So be in balance. Let it be a fear, but let it be a rational fear. And if it's something that you can fix or something that you can control, then great. But if it's not, there's really nothing you can do. You can't let it, rule your life. So there you go, Ellen. All right, Santa. And I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm probably not, and I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay. Santa? I don't know. I'm sure it's this cute little sexy name, and I'm like, Santa. I'm just chopping it up. All right. So let's pull a card for you. I do get really, really happy whenever I think about, whenever I'm seeing your name and I'm feeling in your energy. It feels very bubbly, very happy. I don't know. I don't want to say airy fairy, but you feel very bubbly. You feel very happy. You feel very artsy, maybe. You feel very free spirited. It doesn't feel like you could be put into a box or you could be contained. So let's check your Black Moon astrology and see what you need to deal with, and see where you got some blockages. If you have any, maybe you don't. All right. So your Black Moon astrology. So your homework is to see where your South Node is. And the South Node here, it's got the notation of life's depths. So it feels like a karmic balance. But yeah, definitely check to see what the South Node means. While you're looking about the South Node, check to see what the North Node means. See where the North Node lies in your chart, and check to see where the South Node lies in your chart, and what houses it's in between, and what zodiac signs. See if you have any planets, on your South Node. Check that out and see what that means in your natal chart. So your first one, is Ace of Wands, and Wands is jobs, employment, security. It's your money. And here we got the Ace. And Aces are all about new beginnings. So this is a new job, a new enterprise, new opportunity. It's also followed with the Ace of Cups. And Cups is emotions, feelings, and perceptions. So this is going to be like a new opportunity for relationships, friendships, just new emotional beginnings. Then it is followed by the Four of Wands. And again, Wands is your jobs, employment, and security. And this is all about networking. It's it's kind of like a celebration card. It's romance, it's prosperity, it's joy, it's a party. So yeah, perhaps Santa, sorry, little bubbly, happy energy. I'm sorry, I'm messing your name up because I just know I'm not doing it justice. I'm sorry, but check to see where your South Node is, because it feels like, the little note beside it is life debts. So it feels like something karmic. It feels really, really good. And that now you have these new beginnings and these new relationships and networking. And this is the Four of Wands. That's what this is. It's successful partnerships. So, this could be, who knows? It's like a celebration of a lot of newness coming in, and you're excited about it. So with the blockages, check to see what is hanging around with that, because it felt really, really good. And then I forgot, like, it feels so good and it's so happy. You have all this new stuff. And then I forgot that we're talking about what blockage or what fear this has to deal with. It might be a little sneaky energy there, because I was feeling so good and happy about it. That's how good your energy is. So yeah, see what blockages or how you're not allowing for that to come in. How about that? All right. These are fun. I love these cards. All right, Victor. Okay. What Black Moon astrology card does Victor need? And Victor, I'm excited about yours because I know you're going to do this homework. I know you're going to do it. All right, Victor. So this is where you have a blockage or something that you need to check on. Something might be like, rubbernecking, kind of like bottling up in that area. And it is Capricorn. So look to see where Capricorn is in your natal chart. Look to see what house it's in. Look to see if it is, first of all, so the message beside it, the action part is I use. So Victor, look to see where Capricorn is in your chart, but look to see what planets are in the same house with it. Even if it's like right there, like at the line, look to see, because so the whole message with it is I use. And so this, I don't know. So the little message I got was just check to see where Capricorn is in your natal chart, but also look to see if there's any planets in that same house and kind of see if they are in opposition of anything else. And I know that sounds detailed, but that's just where it will be, like on the other side of your chart. Just like I'm a Libra, so the other side of the chart is the Aries for me. So look to see what is in opposition. So look to see what is right there with Capricorn and what house, and look to see if you have anything that is opposed to. And look to see how you can use that to overcome what the tarot says. And the first one is the Six of Wands. And the Wands is the jobs, employment, security. So this is the guy that's on the horse. It's the victory parade. It's travel. It's like that checklist. It's getting things done. Then it is followed by the Two of Cups. And again, cups is emotion, feelings, and perceptions. And it's about partnerships, exchanges of ideas, relationships. Then we got the Page of Cups. And so the Page of Cups, usually the page is like a newer energy, a younger energy, and this is looking for information. And so this is going to be something like possibilities, things that you can do. So, Victor, look to see where Capricorn is in your chart. Also look to see what planets are right there with Capricorn, and look to see how these planets. Okay, so it feels like if you're being confined and you're being stuck and you don't know how to take this victory lap, if you don't know how to like if you're stuck in travel and you don't know how to go forward, it just feels like it's like you're stuck. You feel like you're stuck. So look to see how Capricorn and the planets around it, how you can use them to kind of propel you, to kind of push you forward. And if there are any planets in opposition, look to see how they're blocking you and how you can work with them to create movement. How you can work with them. I don't want to use the word stuck, Victor, but it feels like you're stuck. And I think you just feel like you're stuck and you're not. So look to see how you can use Capricorn in the house to move, to propel yourself forward. Well, hello, Tammy. Oh, Tammy, I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome, 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 Tammy. All right, Tammy. I know you didn't ask, but I'm going to pull some cards for you, Tammy. It's so good to see you, Tammy. I think about you all the time. All right, Tammy. So I am pulling from, well, you probably can't see it. It's this Black Moon Astrology deck. So I'm looking to see where you have a block and how you can work on that block, and, you know, how you can work on that block. Tammy, you just warmed my heart. You are so sweet and so loving and so kind and so giving. I'm so glad to see you. Okay, what card does Tammy need? Oh my gosh, I'm just getting so much sweet energy from Tammy, from a couple other people, well, from everybody, but you know, I'm not saying. I feel loved. And, you know, and I know that's probably not pointed out towards me. But I feel, I don't know. I feel love. I feel love. I hope y'all feel love too. Yeah. So you just been busy with Tommy? Yeah, I guess so. Okay. What does Tammy need to know? Yeah, Tammy. Yeah, make sure, I don't want to tell you what to do. But Tammy, make sure this is something that I'm doing with a couple of friends with Ascension Network. So please everybody make sure you go and like it if you haven't already liked it. Because this is, I think, really going to be some good stuff. Some good, uplifting, good stuff. And Tammy, if anybody needs it, I think you need it. Because I think you'll be very appreciative of it. All right, what cards does Tammy need to? Okay, Tammy. So the first one is the Leo, and the Leo is all about I will. So Tammy, go to your natal chart. Like I said, you can get free. I know you've watched enough to know that you can get a free natal chart anywhere. But look to see, if you don't know, look to see where Leo is, what house it's in, and what issues, So, okay, so the Leo, the planet that is associated with Leo is the sun. And it also, the strength card came out too, but I want to talk about this. So Tammy, I really have a feeling that like your blockage or one of the things that you're struggling with is being in the spotlight and shining. I don't think you like being in the spotlight, and I know that a lot of people don't like being in the spotlight because sometimes we feel like we're not worthy, but it's like whenever you're in the spotlight, whenever the sun, it warms you. That's the reason why I love the sun. That it's almost like the strength, and I know that you need a lot of strength and you need a lot of love and a lot of support. So don't be afraid to ask for that, Tammy. And I know you're not, but I don't want you to think that you're wearing people out or people are tired to hear about you, because I don't think they are. Don't be worried about asking for help when you need help. But yeah, check to see where Leo is in your chart and see what you can do with that. The first one is the Four of Cups, and again, cups is it's the feelings, it's emotions, it's perceptions, and you can see this little guy. He's sitting underneath the Bodhi tree, doing his prayers, his meditation, and these offers are coming to him. So your prayers are being answered. They're coming. Then it is followed by the major arcana card of the Lovers. And the Lovers is all about, to me, it's kind of like that balance. It's passion and it's anger, but it's also balance, because it's like, even though it says lovers, to me, this doesn't represent like a love. It represents that kind of like balance between living life. Whenever you think about life, it's got its ups and it's got its downs, and you can't stay anywhere. You got to stay like at that balance. But that's what it feels like, just kind of like falling in love with life again, seeing. And I'm not talking about like fake positivity of seeing the good stuff, like really, really enjoying the ride, because we know that life is really about experiences and just kind of taking life for the way it is. And then that is followed by the major arcana of the Strength card. And of course, she's the one that, this is about the Leo, but the strength of self-control, holding your emotions, building your inner power. And yeah, Tammy, just check to see where Leo is in your chart and see how that can help you. It really just feels like you need a little help of strength and knowing that you're not burdening anybody too much, and ask for help whenever you need it. And I know you're busy, and so if you don't want to look at your natal chart, that's okay, because I know that you got a lot going on, but just ask for help if you need it. All righty. All right. Oh, I see. So we got BK, Zelda, and Jessica. All right. Well, we'll just go in that order. How about that, BK? This is for BK. What Black Moon astrology cards does BK need? Okay, BK, this is for you. So what I'd like for you to do in your natal chart is to look to see where the next lunar eclipse is coming up and where that is in your chart, because it's all about change. And so the lunar eclipse, this is where, so the eclipse is where it shines light on something, and a lunar eclipse is your moon. So, okay. So the moon, okay, just follow the ball here. So the lunar eclipse is where it shines light on the situation. And the moon is, one, it's our emotions, but it's the part that we don't show the world. It's the part that we kind of keep secret. So look to see either one, where the moon is in your chart, and see how you can shine a little light on that, or look to see what lunar eclipse is coming up and where that affects you in the house. That might be like a little bit more long range, out a little bit. So if you don't want to do that, again, just look to see where the moon is in your chart and what aspect that you don't like hidden, and kind of work on bringing it out and being comfortable with it being seen. Then it is followed by the Chariot. And so Chariot is major arcana, and the Chariot is all about overcoming obstacles. Again, that moon, because it's like we're limited by what we keep hidden, and we're kind of limited with our fears. And I don't want to say like limited, but it kind of pulls us back a little bit. So yeah, see what you can do to overcome some of that. Then it is followed by the King of Swords. And swords is your thought, it's your mind, it's your intellect. It's that mental strife. So here, the King, this type energy, this is somebody who, I'm talking about, it is the truth. This is somebody who stands in their power. And of course, I just thought about, the sword, and about cutting cords, if you know anything about cutting cords. But if it's something that no longer resonates with you, definitely look up, what's happening tomorrow with the Sagittarius moon, and see what you can do, because I know that's all about cutting cords for the things that no longer serve us. So this might be something for you to work with, BK. Then we got the Queen of Cups. And again, cups is emotions, feelings, and perceptions. And again, this is the one who embodies that. She has, it's again, emotionally stable, but it's somebody who controls their emotions. And like, I think that's funny, because I'm not saying it's hard for me to control my emotions, but it really is sometimes. But whenever I'm able to do that, I know I'm more intuitive and I'm more in the flow and I'm more balanced. And when I'm able to do that, I'm more able to act from a place of neutral reaction instead of a heightened reaction. So, yeah, BK, look to see where your moon is in your chart, some aspect that you don't like, and shine some light on it and see what you can do to kind of change that and help overcome some of these fears. And let it be your truth. Instead of letting it hide, let it be your truth. Alrighty, so let's see. Oh, I love Wanda. I love Wanda and Jennifer. They're so sweet. I won't say any more. I was just going to say that, Wanda and Jennifer were, two of my mentors. So they always have a place in my heart. So I was going to make like an age joke, but that won't be funny or won't be appropriate. Because when I was a little young thing, I'd go to them for questions and they'd answer them. They'd fill my cup. And now I'm excited. I get to be a part of something with them. All right, Zelda, this is for you. Zelda, Zelda, Zelda. All right, Black Moon Astrology for Zelda. What does Zelda need to know? And what is the tarot along with it for Zelda? All right, Zelda. So yours is the solar eclipse revolution. So Zelda, look to see where the sun is in your chart. Look to see what things, just look to see where the sun is and some of the things that the qualities of where the sun is in your chart and what house it is and what things you need to work on in that house. Because what is followed with that is a King of Swords. And again, Kings of Swords is all about that truth. And once you know your truth, that's where your power is. Because everybody thinks that one of the best chakras to have is like your third eye or your crown. But the thing is, your throat chakra, where your truth and your power is, you really need that. And then once you have that, you can go on with the rest. And then it is followed by the Seven of Swords. And again, swords, it's your thought, it's your mind, it's your intellect. And so whatever you feel like is being taken away from you or you being robbed, stand in your power with Zelda. And this followed by the Knight of Swords. So these are these things that are waking you up. The things that's driving you crazy, the things that you can't get past, shine some light on that. Look to see how the sun can help you. Look to see how either the sun can help you with finding your truth, or just look to see where you need to shine some light on this situation. But look to see how shining some light can help and what house that's in. Shine some light on the situation, Zelda, and expose it. Expose the truth and your truth. And if you have any fears, when you shine the light on it, it brings them forth. Alrighty, Jessica, this one's for you. Jessica. All right. So what Black Moon astrology card do we need for Jessica? Ooh, Jessica. So yours is the 5th house, creativity. So Jessica, look to see what planets are in your 5th house and look to see the one that does not resonate with you, like that planet, and kind of look at its aspects and see how that can help you. Again, if you have any outer planets like Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, look to see if those are in that house. Saturn. Look to see what planet that you don't know about or you don't understand in your fifth house, and look to see how it's, perhaps blocking any creativity you have. Try to understand it if you don't know anything about it. All right, Jessica. So the 3 tarot cards. The first one is the Queen of Swords. And again, swords, it's your thought, it's your mind, it's your intellect. And so this is somebody who, this is a feminine aspect that energy is fluid, but it has boundaries. It knows the truth. It has that sharp tongue, but it's still guided with love. Then it is followed by the 3 of Cups. And so the cups, this is emotion, it's feelings, it's perceptions. And this 3 is partnerships. It's romantic situations, business relationships. It is a party, but it's an exchange of ideas. And then it is followed by the major arcana, the Chariot. And this is all about overcoming obstacles. So, Jessica, creativity is where we need to be, because whenever creativity is blocked, that's where we kind of get stuck. And if you are stuck, all you have to do is try to be creative. Do something fun. Do something fun. Do something silly. Do something fun. But yeah, Jessica, look to see what's in your 5th house, if you have any outer planets or any planets that you don't know about, and kind of see how they can help you with creativity and help move you forward. Because again, it looks like this is like a fear, or not the fear, but just like a blockage, just a little blockage of that truth and obstacles and emotions. Yeah. And you can become creative with it. All right, Jessica. So I just feel like I need to iterate. This is your truth. This is about emotions, and this is about obstacles. So look to see if you have Mercury or Mars that is in your 5th house, okay? Look to see if you have it there. But just look to see. Look and see what's in your 5th house. That you want to work with a planet that is about truth, emotions, and overcoming obstacles. Very, very cool. All righty. Well, thank you guys. I think that's going to do it. I really, really appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me. I'll be here next Monday at 9:30. And then we have Wanda that is on Sundays. And we have Jennifer that is on Fridays. And please watch out for them. Watch them if y'all haven't already watched them, because they're wonderful. They're wonderful. I love them. All right. Bye, guys. See y'all later.